interpretation of the results of a Monte Carlo simulation, it is fundamental to define the output variables beforehand. While input variables may be optional, their presence allows us to establish a cause and effect relationship with the output variables. In other words, having input variables helps determine which ones or what set of variables have the most significant impact upon one or more output variables. A clear example is the total cost of a project. We know that this output variable is influenced by three components: fixed cost of activities, the variable cost of activities, and the total cost of risks. All this information is found in the costs sheet, where column O summarizes the fixed cost, the variable cost, and the risk-related cost. If we examine the range 03 to 030, we can see 28 input variables, each corresponding to a specific activity. To analyze them in the simulation context, we can declare them as input variables. To define these input variables in the simulation software, follow these steps. 1. Select the range in column O. 2. Use the input data button to declare these variables. 3. Assign appropriate names. By default, the software will take the names from the leftmost text in the same row. If these names are not suitable, for example in this case they come from column H, we can reference the correct range. Use the Select Names button to assign names from B3 to B30, which contain the relevant information. Press Add Input to register these variables in the simulation model. To verify the correct configuration, we can use the third button in the Show Inputs and Outputs icon, where the declaration of the newly added variables will be displayed. Now that the variables are defined, we can proceed with the simulation. The software will generate multiple iterations, linking these activity costs with the total project cost. One of the key tools for interpreting the results is the correlation tornado analysis, which helps us evaluate which input variables have the most significant influence on output variables. We can visualize this relationship using the tornado correlation chart, which allows us to rank the input variables based on their impact and identify which factors most significantly affect total cost. To do this, simply go to cell B8 in the outputs sheet, select the tornado chart option, and observe the ranking of the most relevant input variables. We conclude, defining output variables is essential for interpreting Monte Carlo simulation results. Input variables, on the other hand, allows us to analyze which factors have the greatest impact on the results. Using tools like the tornado chart, we can give valuable insights for decision making. In future modules, we will explore advanced interpretation of these charts and their practical applications. With this approach, we achieve a structured, clear, and decision-oriented analysis in any Monte Carlo simulation model.